Dealing with a student whose problem behaviors have escalated can be challenging. In this chapter, we will help you understand what a student is experiencing during each phase of an escalation cycle, which in turn will enable you to know when and how to intervene. This chapter is based on the following assumptions. First, human behavior is learned. Although we are each born with unique personalities and predispositions, much of the way that we behave and interact with others is learned. Human behavior is also predictable. If you observe someone in their natural environment long enough, you can often identify situations and events that trigger certain behaviors, as well as what happens afterward that makes those behaviors more likely to reoccur in the future. Behaviors can escalate through a series of successive interactions. In other words, a student whose behaviors escalate to extreme levels usually experiences a series of aversive events along the way. Finally, behaviors can be changed by using an instructional approach. As teachers, there is much that we can do to help students learn how to get their needs met while engaging in more appropriate behaviors. The purposes of this chapter, therefore, are to 1. Provide an overview of the escalating behavior cycle and examples for each of its phases. 2. To summarize evidence-based strategies that highlight what CTE instructors should do or not do during each phase of a behavior escalation. And 3. Identify the optimal times for intervening with a student whose problem behaviors are escalating.
When a student's out of control, the CTE teacher should not engage them. They need to be real careful about a person's personal space and understand that we don't want to find out what their personal space is when they're in crisis. That's something that the CTE teacher should know across the board on each student, what their personal space is, be able to read their body language and determine, now on a good time I can be within a foot or two of this person. In a bad time I need to keep about 3 or 4 feet away and watch how that person's going to react, because we don't want people coming up on us like that. We shouldn't do it to other people and other students especially, because it's all about saving face and giving them a reasonable and honorable way out